Most people think their life is controlled by big decisions. It's not. Your life is controlled by tiny, comfortable choices you repeat every single day. Sleeping a little longer, avoiding difficult conversations, scrolling instead of thinking, waiting instead of acting. And none of it feels dangerous. That's why comfort is so powerful, because it destroys your potential silently, not all at once, but slowly, quietly, invisibly. And by the time most people notice it, years are already gone. Draw a stick man standing between two roads. One road is steep and uncomfortable, the other is soft, easy, and covered with pillows. The stick man smiles and chooses the easy road. But as he walks forward, the road slowly transforms into a giant couch. Then the couch slowly starts sinking like quicksand. Here's the terrifying part: your brain was designed to choose comfort. Thousands of years ago, conserving energy kept humans alive. If your ancestors wasted energy unnecessarily, they died. So your brain evolved with one main priority: avoid discomfort whenever possible. Draw a caveman brain inside a modern human head, pressing a giant red button labeled avoid pain. The problem is, modern life changed, but your brain didn't. Today, discomfort is often the price of growth. The gym feels uncomfortable. Learning feels uncomfortable. Discipline feels uncomfortable. Honest conversations feel uncomfortable. But your brain still treats discomfort like danger. That's why people stay stuck in bad routines for years. Not because they enjoy suffering, but because familiar pain feels safer than uncertainty. Draw a stick man trapped inside a bubble labeled comfort zone. Outside the bubble write confidence, freedom, growth. The stick man looks curious but afraid to leave. And this is where the trap begins. Because every time you avoid discomfort, your brain learns from it. This is called neuroplasticity. Your brain constantly rewires itself based on repeated behavior. Every action becomes a signal, every habit becomes a pathway. So every time you choose comfort over challenge, you strengthen the identity of someone who avoids life. Draw tiny pathways inside the brain. One path is labeled easy, the other growth. Every time the character chooses comfort, the easy pathway becomes larger and brighter. The growth pathway slowly fades away. This is why small habits become dangerous. One skipped workout becomes, I'm not disciplined. One avoided opportunity becomes, I'm not confident. 1 hour of scrolling becomes, I can't focus anymore. Comfort compounds, like interest on a loan. Except instead of building freedom, it builds weakness. And modern technology makes this even worse. Think about it. You never have to feel bored anymore. The second silence appears, you reach for your phone. Draw notification monsters attacking the character every few seconds. One monster says TikTok, another says Reels, another says just 5 more minutes, and here's what most people don't understand. Dopamine is not happiness. Dopamine is anticipation. It's the chemical that pushes you to chase rewards. And social media gives your brain endless, tiny rewards with almost zero effort. So your brain adapts. Real work starts feeling slow. Reading feels painful. Silence feels uncomfortable. Your attention span weakens. Draw a brain-shaped muscle slowly shrinking while the character scrolls endlessly on a phone. Then draw another character lifting weights labeled focus, discipline, deep work, because the brain works like a muscle. The less resistance it faces, the weaker it becomes. And weak minds crave comfort constantly. That's why some people feel exhausted even when they barely do anything. Because avoiding effort is mentally draining. Your brain starts losing confidence in itself. And eventually, comfort becomes an invisible prison. Draw the giant couch transforming into prison bars around the character. Label the bars delay, fear, excuses, tomorrow. The scary thing is, comfort never looks dangerous in the moment. It always sounds reasonable. I'll start tomorrow. I deserve a break. One more hour won't hurt. But years are built from repeated days, and average lives are built from repeated avoidance. There's a psychological concept called the hedonic treadmill. It means humans quickly adapt to comfort. The things that once felt exciting eventually become normal, then empty. That's why people who constantly chase comfort often feel numb inside. Because humans are not designed for endless ease. We are designed for progress. Challenge gives life meaning. Growth creates self-respect. Struggle creates resilience. Without resistance, the mind slowly decays. Draw a treadmill labeled comfort. The character keeps running but never moves forward. Meanwhile, calendars fly past rapidly. The character slowly grows older, then suddenly stops and looks shocked at how much time disappeared. And deep down, most people already know this. That's why wasting an entire day online feels terrible afterward. Your brain understands something your habits ignore. You are capable of more. Now here's the good news. The comfort trap can be broken. Not with motivation. Motivation fades. You escape comfort through voluntary discomfort, small acts of controlled difficulty. Psychologists sometimes call this stress inoculation. Tiny moments of discomfort train your nervous system to stop fearing challenge. So start small, very small. Take a cold shower for 30 seconds. Wake up without snoozing the alarm. Sit in silence for 10 minutes. Go for a walk without your phone. Speak honestly instead of avoiding conflict. Draw the character lifting tiny dumbbells labeled discomfort. Each day, the weights become slightly heavier. The character slowly stands taller, looks calmer, stronger, more confident. Because confidence is not built through positive thinking. Confidence is built by proving to yourself that you can handle difficult things. Every uncomfortable action sends your brain a new message: I am not weak. And over time, that changes your identity. You stop becoming someone controlled by comfort. You become someone capable of discipline, capable of focus, capable of growth. At the end of life, most people won't regret the difficult things they did. They'll regret the risks they avoided, the potential they ignored, the comfortable life that slowly made them average. So the next time you face two choices, the easy path or the uncomfortable path, remember this: one leads to temporary comfort, the other leads to transformation. Draw the final scene. Two roads again. One road leads back toward the couch prison, the other leads toward mountains and sunlight. This time, the character chooses the difficult road and keeps walking.